All right, hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Brandon Tobias. It's great to have you here. If you're new to me, this video and this channel is all about helping you to step into your highest and greatest path in love and in life, in all areas of life, and particularly in health, wealth, and true love. Now, my specialty as a guide is helping you to see what you cannot or have not been able to see inside that's keeping you from everything that your life is meant to be and to unfold into. You can think of this wherever you're at, if you're driving in your car, or you are sitting at home, or it's late at night or early in the morning, as a bit of a one-on-one session between you and me and our collective angels and guides to identify and to help you know and to move forward with and work with the primary energies you might be dealing with in your daily life, and to know how to work with them in a way that can basically optimize every area of your life and attract to you, to magnify to you everything that you've ever wanted. All right, so this is a brand new style of format or video or session. You can think of it as almost like a free one-on-one session with me. And I want you to be very first thing I want. If you want all of that, that sounds good to you. Perfect. Let's move forward. If not, you can click off now. Okay. But I want you to be very honest with me and with you right now. If I start to channel things that are not like they're not aligning with you, they're like, oh, this guy's talking about something or someone else other than me, or I don't know who he's talking about, take it as it resonates, and just know it's not for you. Okay, but I'm going to be relying as a guide and as an intuitive on my guides to tell me what it is that the audience who watches this video needs to know. Okay, for the highest good in their life in this moment in time, and so we're going to give that a shot, put my abilities to the test, and see what we can come through with the guides and angels. I do use the tarot. For those of you who are new to me, I do use the tarot to help anchor in these messages. Okay. I don't rely on the tarot to give the messages, right? I channel basically from God and the angels and the guides. And the tarot is just basically a picture. It's a vision board for you, okay, to be able to identify and to know and to visually see and understand the messages that are coming through in this moment for you specifically. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Without further ado, for this video, guides and angels, I'm calling you in this moment for the highest good and through unconditional love and light. For the audience specifically that will be watching and viewing this video, what is it that they need to know at this moment in time, that we all need to know for our highest and greatest good, that we can work with and move with to step into our life purpose and to manifest the greatest life possible at this moment in time? And first, I'm going to get some messages for all of us. Then I'm going to be stepping into the tarot and to really anchor in these messages that come through at this moment in time. Also know that this is a timeless message, okay? So whenever you happen to watch this, it's meant for you now. It's what your guides wanted to send to you, okay? Okay. So right now for you watching, it feels like I see you, like I see your energy, and then I see it just on the side of you is something like you're really worried about. Like it's almost distracting. Okay, so there's you, and then there's something within your energy off to the side of you that's really pulling away. Okay, pulling away, pulling at your energy in this moment, and uh, making it so that you're unable to fully move forward. Okay, and to be able to focus on moving forward and to move forward itself. And this thing is, it's not a bad thing per se. There's a lot of love that you have with this thing, whatever this is for you, okay, which feels like it's at a distance, by the way, all right, in your life. And the main fear that you have around this thing and moving forward in your life, generally speaking, is whether or not it's okay, whether that thing is going to be okay, okay, and whether or not you have permission in a way to move forward, okay. Um, with or without whatever that thing is in your life directly this moment in time. Okay. So in a way, this thing off to the side of your energy or outside of your energy, but still involved as it exists, it's almost like this magnetic field that's pulling you towards it. But then there's like this other direction that you want to go or that you are, okay? That's not letting you fully it's like it's pulling you in two different directions. Okay? Yeah. So it feels like it's pulling you in two different directions. So there's this thing over here, and then there's your path forward and you at this moment. And the first message is very simply to number one, identify what that thing is that might be pulling your energy away from you at this moment. And for those of you who've followed me for a while, you know, it doesn't have to be love, does not have to be a relationship, doesn't have to be anything in particular, right? This is an energetic reading. That's why it's a collective general reading. So it's up to you to identify what that is, okay? What energy outside of you is pulling you away from you and your path forward, and to identify that the reason, you know, or to understand that the reason why this thing is pulling your energy towards it, or you're allowing your energy to move towards it, is because you care. Okay. Because you care that much about that thing, whatever it is that you care so much about. Now, that thing, the thing that you care so much about, is stuck. It's stuck. That's what I see. So here's you, your energy, and where, who, and what you want to be, and your path forward. Then there's this thing that you care like more than I can possibly describe into words about, off to the side of you, perhaps at a distance from you, right? Energetically or otherwise, or both. But you care so much about it that it's almost not allowing you to be able to move forward without it. Okay. And so this might be keeping you stuck in your own life personally. You might be kind of an up and down situation, right? You might be like you know, I want to move forward and go in this direction, but then this thing, because I care so much about it, it's almost like it continues to pull my energy off in that direction, and I don't necessarily like want that to happen, but I also can't. I feel like I can't really stop it at the same time because I care so damn much. Okay, you might be saying. So let's pause for a second. Let's just check in. So if you made it this far and you're like, okay, this is talking about me, good, perfect. The rest of the message will be for you. If you have no idea what I'm talking about and you're like, I don't know what this guy's talking about, this video is not for you. So definitely be sure to make that distinction right now before you go any further, because we're only going to get deeper. Okay. So when it comes to this thing that we're talking about in your life, whatever that is, okay, that's stuck, it's just not able to move. Like that's the energy of it. It's just not able to move forward at all, particularly with you at this time. So you might be looking for this thing, whatever that is, to move forward with you, and it's not able to move forward with you. It's stuck. And because it's stuck, it makes you stuck too, because you care so much about it, whatever that is, that you it's like almost like you're not allowing yourself to move forward because of that. Okay. So the natural question arises, right, per the guides and myself at this moment is, well, what is the best thing for you to do? If this is you, if this is what is happening for you in your life right now, what is the best thing for you to do in this situation? And the answer is, for the guides and angels, to recognize simply when and as something else in your life is not able to move forward with you, it becomes your responsibility as a soul on this planet, as one of God's people, as someone who is trying to live for the highest possible good. It becomes your responsibility at that moment in time to continue to move forward in your path, in and despite that which cannot move along forward with you at this time. Okay. Now, as I say that, the fear, the collective fear comes up, and I'm going to speak out that collective fear because that's my job, right? Which is, you might be saying subconsciously, if I move forward despite and with this thing in my life energetically that feels stuck, that's not able to move forward with me or for me at this moment in time, at the very least, and I move forward, you might be saying, despite this, because it becomes my responsibility to do so, am I going to leave that? Am I going to have to leave that thing behind? Am I going to have to abandon that thing forever? Am I going to have to live knowing that I have permanently disabled any opportunity for that thing in my life to be with me in my life if I do this now at this moment in time? This right here is the specific risk that you're facing that is 100% taking you into the unknown territory. All right. And the thing is, you might have already known this. You might have already known you're facing an unknown period of time, right? Or an unknown opportunity or an unknown step forward. Like if you step forward, you don't know what's going to happen. We're just helping to speak it out. This channel, this video is about speaking it out so you can really see and identify what you're wrestling with inside, right? As we mentioned. The fear for you watching is actually that if you move forward in and despite something else in your life that is stuck or unable to move forward with you, that you don't know if that thing is ever going to be able to be a part of your life ever again. That you may just move forward and you may just build or be or move into an entirely new life that never happens to include that thing which is stuck, that is connected to you in your life right now, and that you'll never have the opportunity to be with that thing or engage with that thing again. Okay. This is the risk, this is the fear that accompanies this opportunity right now in your life, energetically speaking. It's taken a while for you, perhaps, to really identify that this is the specific risk, that this is the specific fear of what would happen if you were to be able to move forward, but this is the specific risk. This is the specific fear of what would happen if you were to move forward in your life in the most aligned way at this time. Okay. Now, why is this fear coming up? Where does this fear originate from? It originates from, sorry, there was a gnat flying around just right here in my view. It originates from past lives where you were a version of you, okay, that almost without even feeling, without even thinking about it too much, without even contemplating it, right, or over contemplating it, you would just move forward and you were okay with leaving people behind, and in leaving people behind, hurting them. Okay. Without you being fully aware of it, or you were aware of it, but you didn't really care about it. Okay. It was kind of this, I'm going to move forward no matter what. It doesn't matter who or what I leave behind me, because all that matters is me. Okay. Now, clearly, this isn't you in this lifetime. You're a very different person. And there's a specific karma here, right? What we're talking about is it's the conclusion of karma or karmic justice. And learning the karmic lesson here. And so, because of those past lives, or that past life that you have experienced that has created this wound or this fear inside of you, it's created this hesitancy to ever callously or carelessly do the same thing ever again in any present and or future lifetime, to the point where you've become almost over conscientious or overly analytical about leaving anything or anyone behind ever again. Specifically because you don't want to hurt that thing. Okay. Now here's the interesting part. Here's the very curious part about this whole energetic situation that we all find ourselves in. Okay, this karmic lesson and opportunity that's being channeled through me right now for you watching. There's a reason you got to become, or you went through experiences that created this over conscientiousness about that particular wound or that particular action. Okay. However, in this particular case, with the situation you're facing, it actually calls for, ironically, the opposite, which is to step back into a version of yourself, albeit a balanced version, of course, but a version of yourself that is and gives yourself permission to be able to move forward from that which is not able to move forward with you, or that is completely stuck and not able to move forward at this time with or for you, whatever that is. Okay. So part of your karma has been to learn the lesson of not leaving people behind. Maybe in your past or in past relationships, you've been the one who's, never wanted to break up with the other person, and you've always wanted to, be the one to bring you two together and be the one that kind of is the glue, even if it's not good or anything like that. Maybe that's your role. Maybe that's who you were, And you became like that because part of your lesson in this lifetime was to become the one that, learns about compassion and learns about empathy and learns about, how your actions affect others, and to take extra special care not to hurt people because of your own selfish needs or desires or just life or actions, right? To see things through. Part of your lesson has been also to see things through to their completion, not just kind of leave halfway through, right? And just kind of let it be what it is. Your lesson has been, has been to see things through in your life. Okay, so that's how you're kind of made, or that's what you've been learning in this lifetime. And then comes the situation where all of this karma is applying, and you've maybe learned that lesson that we're talking about, but then you come into contact with something in your life now, energetically, that is just, it's almost forcing you. Okay, it's almost forcing you to have to move forward, not necessarily in a callous way, but to move forward without it. Because if you don't move forward, neither you or the thing that's stuck is going to be able to move forward if you don't move forward. That's the dilemma. It's almost like, if you almost like this martyr energy, right? Like if you choose to not move forward yourself because you don't want to maybe hurt or leave behind this thing that is stuck or not able to move forward, okay? You're then sacrificing you. You're then sacrificing your life and your well being and your happiness and everything that you have to experience and learn and grow from in this lifetime. Because in this particular case, not moving forward in or despite something that's stuck in your life is the opposite of growth. Okay. It will result in the opposite of growth. It will result in stagnation and a slow death. Because the opposite of movement is stagnation and death. Okay. And nothing in the universe or the world, no matter how much you care about that thing, and clearly you care a lot or love that thing, or, just, at one point needed that thing in your life, nothing is worth you watching, having to sacrifice yourself for the sake of or because of something else that is not willing or able to move forward with you at this time. Nothing in the universe is worth you sacrificing yourself to stay stuck with something that is stuck. Okay. For and with you at this time. And even though this might be difficult, and it's, definitely a hard message to hear, I don't even know if we're going to draw tarot cards. And by the way, I see, these, I never have gnats. I don't know where these gnats came from, right? But they're kind of like little mini moths, like little mini symbols of life and death, kind of just like flying around here. And it's almost like you watching or choosing between life and death for you at this moment. It's like you're having to make a choice now in your soul, in your belly, whether you're going to stay stuck or immobile in your life, energetically and otherwise, because of this thing that's not able to move forward with or for you, or you are going to bite the bullet and say, I am moving forward no matter what for my greatest and highest good at this moment in time because it's best for me. It's what I need to be happy, to continue growing, to be prosperous, and to continue aligning with my soul purpose here on earth. And that is a choice. That is a choice that, for whatever reason, you watching, right, the karma and the life path, it led you to this moment to learn to be the opposite of the lesson you had to learn from and because of those past lives, which is to be more careful, more empathetic, more of the glue of love and relationship, if that applies to you, or generally speaking with the people in your life. And for this time around, in this moment in time, the lesson to be the opposite and to say, I need to preserve or think about myself more than the other so that I can move forward and continue my journey. Because if I refuse to do that, or if I don't make this choice that is coming down very clearly from the guides and angels, it will result in a slow death for me. It will result in a slow death. It will result in decay. It will result in a bit of inner crumbling. Okay. For you watching. Because that's what's happening. That's what's happening. That's what I feel is happening with this energy that is kind of you, but outside of you, right? It's here. It's over to the side, right? If you can my hand. It's over here, right? Here's you right in the center here. So this thing's over to the side over there. Okay. It's like that thing, whatever, it's just stuck. It's just in this hard place. Right? It's not able to move forward. But you're being called, you watching, you're being called to move forward. And so, anyways, it's about, despite how much you care or love or need or want that thing that's stuck, it's about you almost sacrificing your need to stay still, to be with this thing, so that you can move forward for yourself and for the highest good and for your individual life purpose. And so ultimately, that one of you, if this is a person, it doesn't have to be a person, but it's a thing, right? So whatever is in your life, one of you can actually continue on this path of growth. And so that it prevents you and this other thing from both, experiencing this death and decay and this rotting. Okay. That's no longer healthy. It's no longer healthy to stay put, basically, is the message here, with or because of something outside of you that's not able to be for or with you right now. The healthiest thing you can do is to actually leave that thing. Leave that thing behind. Now, the guides have to stress, okay, because that is a scary phrase to say that, right? That they're recommending to leave something behind. That's a scary thing. And typically we associate leaving something behind with, malintention, maybe darkness, okay, evilness, right? As a mean or bad thing to do. And the guides want me to share with you that they want you to flip that around on its head. To know that you leaving this thing behind is actually an act of love. Like, you can do that through and with the energy of love, unconditional love. It's possible to leave something behind in your life with and through and because of love, unconditional love, as an act of love for yourself and for whatever that thing is in your life. It's an act of love. Why is it an act of love? You might intuitively know why it's an act of love for you, if you do. But you might ask, why is it an act of love for that thing that I'm leaving behind? It's an act of love for that thing which you're being called to leave behind at this moment in time to move forward on your path, because without you moving forward on your path or leaving that thing behind, that thing will never receive the catalyst and the growth, it needs to be able to change and transform and step into a whole new thing, a whole new energetic expression of itself. It's you leaving that thing behind, that which keeps you stuck, which provides the necessary catalyst for that thing to change and transform and grow into something completely different other than what it was, to break free from itself. That's the worst, to break free from itself. Without you stepping into and moving forward from this thing, for and with this thing, it will never receive that necessary catalyst that it needs to be able to grow at this time and to shift and to change into something new. So you have to know, dear viewer, this I promise you will heal the wound, the deep subconscious wound that is inside of you that you may not be aware of right now, which is you moving forward in your life and potentially leaving things behind that are stuck or refusing to move or grow with you or to move forward with you has been, and always will be, when done correctly, I would say, when done correctly, when done with love, as we're asking you to do now from the guides and angels, a catalyst and a gift. It's a catalyst and a gift for you to do that. And God and the angels and the universe use that specific catalyst sometimes for people or for things, okay, that are stuck, that are refusing to grow. Sometimes it takes losing something, experiencing a loss, having something or someone that is moving forward without them or it, that provides the spur or the catalyst or the change necessary for them to step into that new version of themselves or itself. And that is you right now. Or whoever is watching this video. Okay. It's very specific, right? It's very specific. All right. I didn't expect it to be this specific. So it is talking to a specific group of you watching, whoever it is I'm talking to, this audience, right? The energy of the audience that I'm talking to. This is your message, is it's time for you to move forward. Will it be painful? Yes. Not just for you, but for whatever this thing is that's stuck. Okay. But as you do that, as you go through that experience, also, it's important to remember and to do and act from a place of unconditional love, to say a no to yourself and whatever this thing is, that this is for and from unconditional love. And it's not even like you have to, it depends on your situation, right? We're talking a general energy, but this is an energetic thing, right? So you may or may not be able to actually verbally say this. We're not saying that necessarily. We're saying energetically to say to this thing that's within your energy, or just outside of your energy, that this is from love, that you're moving forward from a place of love. It's not a place of abandonment. It's not a place of hatred or trying to hurt or anything like that may have been applicable to you from a past life. All right. So it's not from any of those places. It's from a place of, hey, I love you, this thing, and I love me. And the best thing I can do for me and for you and for us is to move forward onto my path and let everything sort itself out from there. Let everything sort itself out from there. Because as you move forward, as you and your energy moves forward at this moment in time in your path and whatever it is you're going for and doing and being and stepping into, right? Right side, stepping into, whatever that is, it's going to, by the very nature of you doing that, it's going to cause energetic reverberations that will change things around you. It will change things around you. It will change the energy around you. It will align. It will align a lot of things around you as you move forward into your alignment in your path. Whether or not you consciously mean to, Whether or not that's your conscious intention doesn't matter, because as you move forward into that energy with love, that which is the most aligned action for you at this time, that energetic reverberation also catalyzes others who may not be in that same energy to be able to align with their next self and their next move at this time as well. Okay. So the main overarching message for this session or this reading at this moment for you watching is, number one, if you resonated, to identify what that is. Okay. That can be anything for you. This can be a job, a boss, coworker, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife or husband, family member, mom or dad, friend. Okay. Notice the guides and I, we kept it general, okay, because it's an energy. All I'm reading is energy, okay. I can't identify if it's what it is for you watching, because there's lots of you, but it's up to you to identify what that is, and then to be able to also identify right now what is the how is that thing keeping me stuck, if it is, and how can I with love be able to move forward in a way that is both for the best for that thing as well as for myself, that I know is in alignment with my greatest life destiny, that as I do that will definitely cause energetic reverberations to help others around me align with their greatest life path as well. You are the example, you watching, you are the leader. You must go first. That's your message. You're the leader. You are the leader by example, and you must go first. This thing that we're talking about, it's not designed to go first. That's just not what it is. You watching, who I'm talking to, is designed to be first, to go first. Okay? That's the only reason why there's this thing in your life that's stuck, is because you're meant to learn the lesson that you can go first. You can be the initiator. You can be the one that moves everything forward, and you have full permission to do that. You have full permission to do that in your life, not just in this energetic situation, but in your life, generally speaking, and for the world and for society. You have to go first. You get to be the one that does it first, that leads by example, that initiates. Okay? This progress or movement forward for yourself, but also as an example and as a leader for the world around you. And you have to know and trust that in this action, in this quote unquote selfish action where you're doing something for the highest good for you, you have to know at the same time that is also doing it for the highest good of all those around you as well, simultaneously. Even if you can't see it right now, trust and know. Trust and know that that aligned action for you, which we're talking about, is automatically going to also align others. So you don't have to worry about, like, this is a message you don't have to worry about for the first time in your life. The first time in your life, you do not have to worry about the consequences of your actions moving forward. Because you are in such an aligned place. You wouldn't be watching this video. You wouldn't even understand it. You would be like, this guy's, I don't understand what he's talking about with the energy. If you made it this far, you understand. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. You can feel it. You intuitively know it. So because of that, you also have to know, because you are so aligned, within your own energy, because you've done all of the work to be able to be so aligned with your own energy, that as you move forward, it's safe. So I keep hearing it's safe to move forward. You don't have to worry about, okay, hurting others or, the consequences of leaving others behind or anything like that, because your actions moving forward from now on are automatically going to come from the highest place through and with love. And when they come from the highest place, they will automatically help others also align from and with and towards the highest possible place in their own lives. But that's your job. You're the mover, you're the shaker, you are the one that, shakes and stirs things up, that leads by the example, and then others get shaken up because you're shaking things up. And then as they shake up, they align with themselves, you align with yourself, and everyone's aligned with themselves, okay? But someone has to be the one. Someone has to be the one. God made some people, some of us, the ones, unfortunately or fortunately, the ones to have to go first, to move forward first, to make the first move, to shake things up, to initiate. And that is you. That will always be you. And you're free to do that. Okay? In whatever area of life you need to do that in. And this will be different for everyone watching, right? Whatever area of life you need to do that in. Some of you, maybe this is in your business, job, career, your purpose, your livelihood. Some of you, maybe it's in your healing journey. Others of you, still it's in love and a romantic relationship. Others of you, it's about family. Okay, this will be different, but the energy is the same, right? We're talking about the core energy that you watching are facing. You are the leader. You are the initiator. You are the one to go start the path forward, shake things up by doing so, and then align everyone and everything around you because of those actions. You're the catalyst. You're the spark. You're the one that people need to kind of shake things up in the world and, well, to wake people up as well. Okay. You're here to wake up. You're awake. You watching, you are awake. But now that you're awake, you also need to go and wake up others as well. That's your job. But it's not going to happen unless you're willing to move forward with love, through love, in and despite things energetically in your life that are stuck and are, because of their stuckness or its stuckness, not allowing you to move forward because you feel compelled to be stuck with it. Or you feel scared to not be stuck with it because of, the consequences of moving forward without it or leaving it, quote unquote, leaving it behind. But in fact, leaving it behind is indeed the very best thing you can do right now, given the circumstances, for yourself and for everything and everyone around you as well. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guides and angels. I appreciate it. Um, this was new, so if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed this kind of this talk, this session, this channeled session, let me know in the comments. If you're new to me, thanks so much for listening. I appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button so it helps the video get to exactly who it needs to get to. If you are, we didn't even touch the tarot, okay? Because the tarot just wasn't. I didn't feel it. This session, this reading, I guess you can call it. Maybe on the next one, maybe not. We'll see. But let me know how you like this experience. There are personal readings available on my website below at brandontobias.com. You can check that out in the description box as well. I do not think, no, I will not have an extended reading or an extended, product. In the future, when I do these videos, I might have like a instructional guided teaching video to actually like do the energetic work attached to the channeled guidance. In this particular case, I think it was more about the information. I think it was more about bringing up the energy to kind of identify with. Okay. And that's the message here. So curious to know, how it felt for you guys. And again, if you want a personal reading, which are available, no live sessions yet, but personal readings are available. If you want to ask your guides and angels to dive deep in your situation, check out the description box below. Other than that, I love you all. Thanks so much for listening, and I'm excited to do more of these in the future if it's called for and you guys and gals find it helpful. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.